Welcome back to another episode of the Become Limitless podcast. This week's episode, we're going to talk about exercise and motivation and how they can go together to give you more motivation, and how I've found just recently a lack in motivation, a lack in my ability to do things throughout the day, and just lacking that motivation and not really powering through the day. And I found that it was because I stopped doing my routines, my exercise that I do in the mornings to really power me through the day, to really boost that morning, get that, whatever it is, blood flow, my brain firing or wiring, whatever the case may be. But I wanted to go through a lot of the things I've experienced, a lot of things that I've now decided, you know what, I'm going to purposely not exercise for a week, really see what that motivation level feels like, how efficient, how productive I am throughout the days. Really pay attention to that. And then I'm going to go another week where I do every morning, I go for a walk. I do my morning exercises, push-ups, sit-ups, or V-snaps to be more precise. Some pull-ups, some walking lunges, just do some things like that, like my bodyweight exercises that I want to do every morning, and see how much more productive I am throughout the day. See how many more things I get completed throughout the day. So this episode is just going to be on that review of what I found in those weeks, what I found in the first week when I wasn't doing any exercise, whether I did get a drop in production, did get a drop in my ability to do things, and how much motivation, and I get tired, all these other different little aspects that come with doing a morning routine. Excuse me. Doing a morning routine and really being able to push through and get the best out of your, most out of your day. Get the best out of your day, whether you're at work, whether you're with your kids, your family, your partner, whatever the case may be. We want to be able to maximize our ability to get the most out of every moment we have, because that's one thing we do lose. It's time. Time is something we just don't seem to value that much, but it is something we don't get back. We never get back. So I wanted to make sure that for myself, I'm maximizing all those things, maximizing the time that I have, maximizing the time I have with my family, maximizing the time I have to work on this podcast and the Instagram and everything I do, and being able to really do it to my my fullest potential. And that realistically is why I don't drink anymore. That's why I do a lot of the things I do now, just to see if I can get an edge, to get that little bit more performance and more productivity. Excuse me. And a lot of other things. So let's get straight into this episode. Now, we'll start off with the week that I had no exercise, because for the longest time I've always got up, done a walk, I listen to some audio, I do a lot of things. On and off, I'll do my bodyweight exercises, do 100 push-ups, that kind of stuff. And I took for granted the productivity, the motivation, the energy boost that I got from that, because I found that when I was that week that I didn't exercise, didn't walk in the mornings, didn't do my push-ups, didn't do my sit-ups, V-snaps, all those things, I really was struggling. And oh gosh, I was like, I just don't feel like doing that. What else did I say? I just, you know what, it can wait till tomorrow. I wasn't very motivated in that regard. So before the week that I decided I'm not going to do exercise and I'm going to make a conscious decision not to do the exercise, I was finding that I wasn't doing the exercise. And I just didn't even know I was really going to do this experiment. I didn't even know that was going to happen. And it was amazing to see that when I went, far out, I haven't been exercising enough, or I haven't been doing enough physical movement to motivate myself to get my blood flow, to get all those benefits that you get, especially with longevity, as we've just learned. And we need to exercise, we need to get moving. You get your cardiovascular health, you get your lungs. There's so many different reasons why you should exercise, and now longevity. Then I went, oh, I need to get out there and exercise again. And I didn't even think about the productivity you get, the boost in the exercise productivity when you exercise. And as well, you stick to a morning routine. You get up at a certain time, you do your morning routine, which might involve exercise, starts the day off right. You don't snooze your phone or your alarm in the morning. You get up, you do your exercise, you get up, you do whatever you're gonna do. You get up and do your morning routine. And being able to do that, you start the day off right. Now, when I didn't, I found that I didn't exercise or do my morning routine with comes to exercising. I found myself being sluggish. I found I didn't follow through with what I wanted to do. I didn't wake up at my alarm that I normally had set. I didn't get all my daily activities, my podcast notes done, my online store that I'm working on, Instagram stories, other business stuff. I didn't get that stuff done. I didn't want to get that stuff done. I wanted to play video games. I wanted to just sit down and watch movies. I wanted to, I didn't want to go out and swim with the kids. I didn't want to take them swimming. Not that I didn't want to myself. I found that my brain found excuses and my body and my willpower had dropped. I didn't have the power to go, no, we're doing this. Or, oh, you're too tired. Or, hey, it's crazy how your brain can just find the exact right excuse. It's like it knows what's going to be able to stop you or you're going to be able to use to justify not doing something that you want to do. You want to do something. So I find it's very important that we now start to look at, okay, I didn't do this exercise. I didn't do my daily routines in the morning. And I've lost all this willpower. And I was very, very happy that I had this awareness to see that I was losing a lot of time, a lot of motivation, a lot of productivity in what I normally do. So I usually, very productive days, up at 4 o'clock, smashing these out. I'm doing either learning some new information on my online store, or I'm doing a podcast recording like this, or I'm doing podcast notes, or I'm doing research on podcasts that I want ideas or episodes I want to do. I'm getting a lot of things done. And when I wasn't exercising, I wasn't getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm missing, and I might sleep till 6, which is a sleep-in for me. I might sleep until 6 and I lose 2 hours of where I would usually do some work. So it was very important that I identified and become aware, because as we know, awareness is power with everything we do. If we can gain a level of awareness and awareness of ourselves and what we are doing, am I doing the best I can? Am I being productive? What can I do? What am I not doing now? Why am I not being productive? Why do I feel lazy, slacking, low energy? All those things. Why is that the case? That was what allowed me to realize it's my exercise. And as soon as I started, I went, okay, let's do a week where I don't do it. And it was shocking. That week I had no motivation. And I really tried to not have that bias and see exactly, and I actually tried to push towards, I can keep doing stuff without exercise. I can keep being productive throughout the day. And there was a certain level where I could push myself productive, like I could get things done. I had to push myself really hard. I had to push really, really hard to get these things done. I'd really stay focused, super focused, because I'd easily get distracted. And then when I did that, I found, okay, I can get to a certain level of production without exercise. Then the week ended, I got pretty good. I was like, okay, you know what? It wasn't so bad. I pushed through pretty well. I did a lot of the things I planned to do. I had my small steps, and I did my small steps. And then I went, okay, let's do the exercise now. Let's bring the exercise in. Let's see what happens. And as I said before, that's in the form of a walk in the mornings. And then I'll do push-ups and dip chin-ups and V-snaps and stuff like that throughout the whole day. And I didn't, it's amazing because I didn't have to put that same level of effort in to get the same level of results. Like I was getting the same results I was getting the week before, but I was barely trying. I was barely even putting in an effort. I was super motivated. Nothing was like, so the week before, it was hard. I was like, keep focused, keep at it. Where the week that I started exercising, and I noticed it immediately, that day I did my walk and my exercise, I was super focused, and it was easy. I was keen as to write things down. My podcast notes, smash them out. Just had it sitting there, and I just, back to that, bang. It wasn't our effort. Oh, we're gonna do the washing. Boom, get out there in the sun. Go hang out the washing. Whatever I needed to do, nothing was an effort. It wasn't like, I'm gonna do that. I've got to do that. I didn't have to push myself to do anything like these things. And it was being in that routine, keeping that routine, boosting my energy levels from that exercise straight up, eating food, like eating the proper foods as well. My diet went to shite. It just went to rubbish. It was absolute rubbish. As much as I eat fairly well. So it was bad for me in my regard, as I'd eat a lot more processed foods. I wasn't eating my fruits and my veggies. I was making myself a decent lunch. So it was really a compounding effect that you just don't realize. All these little things start to add up. And that's all because that morning exercise, that morning walk, the morning exercise that I do, and then the exercise throughout the day really was missing, and it really keeps me focused. It keeps me focused. It keeps my energy levels to the right level. It just superpowers you. And it doesn't need to be much. Like I found that I'm not going out there and doing what I did when I was doing my Ironmans, like 2-hour rides, hour runs, 2-hour runs, hour swims. I wasn't doing any of that. Didn't need to do any of that. What I was doing was a walk, 30-minute walk in the morning, listen to my audios, and then I went into doing getting 100 push-ups done throughout the day, getting 50 pull-ups done throughout the day, and doing 100 V-snaps throughout the day, and some walking lunges, weighted, just trying to get them done throughout the day. And however long that took me, trying to do them before or after meals. And it surprised the heck out of me that I could do these things. And not only was I getting the fitness and the strength of my body that I want, but I didn't have to put it. It was amazing how much effort I didn't have to put in to these tasks that I have to do. Like getting online and learning something was easier. I could stay focused way easier. It was not an effort to go, okay, I need to have a drink of water. I need to do this. Okay, what else can I do? Oh, geez, I'm struggling, rub my eyes, do all those things. I'm not really focusing. I'm not really retaining that information. But when I exercised, I easy to retain the information. I was just soaking it in. It was just boom, like a sponge. I was just absorbing it just like the kids. And I found that that's very important, that we make sure we get out there and exercise. Make sure we complement what we're doing, and not to miss out on exercise. Because the reason I started to slack off on the exercise side of things was I was putting a lot of time into my online store. I was putting a lot of time into my podcast stuff. And my brain started going, you don't really have time to exercise. And I went, I'm starting to get like that. It's starting to get pretty busy. Looking after the kids, all those kind of things. You're running out of time to exercise. That's not true. In fact, that made it worse. And obviously, the less I exercised, the more it got worse, the more time I was losing, because I was spending more time doing these activities I normally wouldn't have to spend that much time doing. So, in summary, by exercising, I boosted my productivity. I was a completely different person as well. My mental clarity, my awareness as well when I did the exercise over how I was feeling, how my body was feeling. I felt very energized myself. And so there was a lot of different things that happened when I exercised that allowed me to be more productive throughout the day, to get more things done. And it's very important that I got that awareness, and I obviously needed to go through that to see that when I don't exercise, I lose so much productivity, and when I do exercise, I gain so much without any effort. So it's a very important lesson, and I thought I needed to share this. I needed to do a podcast episode on it because so many of you can get out there and do just a little bit of exercise if you don't do it already. And do it regularly. Do it every day. Do your walks every day, even if it's just a 30-minute walk or however long you want to walk for. It gets the blood flowing. And then try and do something throughout the day, just little things. Even if it's just get up, walk for 10 minutes. If you're at your office job, get up, do a little bit of a walk, do a stretch, do some little bit of yoga, touch your toes, arms back up, look at the ceiling. All those things, they're magic. They'll get the blood flowing, and you'll find yourself you're way more productive. And have those little rests, have those little breaks if you're at a desk all day. So what I wanted to share was, at the end of this, some little tricks. I did just jump into it without even thinking about it, but what we want to do is exercise and keep it as a morning routine. If you've got a morning routine of exercise, keep it going. Don't stop it. Regardless how busy you get throughout the rest of the day, it's only going to make it worse if you don't. So find your exercise, whatever it is. Go for a run, go for a walk, go to the gym, whatever your vice is. Go for a morning swim, whatever it is. To get that blood flowing, to get that mental clarity, to get that productivity, to get that awareness of what your body's like, what your body's doing, and really, really allow yourself to be the best you can be, to become limitless, to get to that limitless self that we all have it inside ourselves. So it's really important that we keep doing our morning routines in that regard and keep exercising like that. So for me, after I finish this recording, I'm going to do a little work on the computer and then straight into my morning routine for exercise. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. It is going to be a bit shorter than the 20 minutes I like to go for, but the last episode went for 28 minutes. I didn't realize how much I was talking about it, but I was very excited about that. So I hope you're really enjoying the podcast episodes so far. I hope you're enjoying the YouTube videos as well, so you can just see the face behind the voice. And I hope you're really enjoying the season so far, season number 3. It's been incredible. We're fast approaching 10,000 plays on this podcast, which is absolutely insane. And I want to thank you all for being here and supporting me and playing and listening to this podcast. It's been amazing. I do want to say thank you. And I look forward to providing more content throughout the rest of the year. Again, I want to be doing one each week, so look forward for that. Look forward to seeing those videos and podcast episodes as well. So until next time, stay limitless.